Ever since the release of my game, people have been talking trash. Questioning whether it's a AAA title or not. Well, soon they'll all know that I am vengeance. I am the dark, extra dark knight. Do whatever works. The bat signal. I don't remember it being that bright. I really gotta tell Gordon to turn that thing down. Anyway, to GCPD. I heard you've been talking crap about my game, Joker.
It's a bad joke.
Why won't you play my game? I said, why won't you play my game?
You have nothing to threaten me with. Nothing to do with all your strength.
Either you play my game, Joker, or I've got 3 words for you. Duke Nukem forever. Welcome back, Spectacular Gamers, and I am Sergeant First Class Spectacular, back on the mic to rock your body right. And I am your host for this Gaming So Spectacular. And how y'all like my new shirt? I figured since my ab workout wasn't going so well, I'd buy a ab shirt. That don't look like it's working. Nevertheless, that is not why we're here. We are here today to review Batman, the Arkham Knight. It is an awesome game, let me just say that off the bat. And I know I'm a little late with this review, but hey man, I've been going through some things. Take it easy on you, boy. You know, I don't have everything together. Do you know what I'm saying? That was a horrible accent. Anyway, let's get right into this review.
Use your mentality. Wake up to reality. But each time that I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you.
There have been very few comic book characters to reach the heights of popularity as Batman. To that end, there has been even less to match his awesome set of games started by Arkham Asylum. The Dark Knight hit a serious speed bump in his last outing with Arkham Origins. Rocksteady took note of this and has now fired back with Batman, Arkham Knight. Can the Bat soar back to his original heights of previous games? Suit up, load up your Bat gear, and let's find out together in this spectacular review of Batman, Arkham Knight. The Joker bites the dust, quite literally, as he is cremated, signifying the end of his reign of terror. Although this is the case, the Joker wouldn't quite be the Joker if he didn't leave a trail of chaos in his demise. Underneath the cover story, the Scarecrow trying to poison Gotham, the Joker has left something called the Joker gene behind to cause trouble for bats. Speaking of the cover story, the Scarecrow is up to his old tricks, using his fear toxin to threaten Gotham. The citizens evacuate the city and leave only criminals, policemen, and of course, Batman with his band of cohorts behind. To add extra oomph to this already fiendish plan, the Scarecrow enlists the help of a military mind known only as the Arkham Knight. He brings with him a whole army and a tremendous hatred for the Dark Knight. Unlike other villains Batman has faced, the Arkham Knight seems to possess an intimate knowledge of his foes' interworkings. Batman, along with the Oracle, Nightwing, Robin, and Commissioner Gordon struggle to figure out the Arkham Knight's true identity. Some say the Knight's identity was way too easy to figure out, but it depends on how well the player knows his comic book history. The story overall is great, although not on par with Arkham City's story, it still stands on its own merits. From the minute you fire up your console and start playing Arkham Knight, if your eyes were located on your butt, you still would notice this game's beauty. Stevie Wonder could attest to how awesome looking this game is. The opening diner scene sets the tone of what you witness in the game's dark, but lush surroundings areas of Gotham City. When you witness Batman mount his Batmobile for the first time, you will know you are the Bat. From the criminals, to the police, to the villains, all the way to Batman himself, the level of details on every character is unbelievable. Batman's suit tears and rips. The rains that cover the city also reacts to Batman and other things realistically. Speaking of the city, Gotham is a set piece all its own, with living and breathing personality. The town breaks away, crumbles, and is a totally believable world to say the least. The Batmobile is center stage and is visual tour de force. Mud bounces off the tires. The detail of the vehicle itself and many other things gives you the impression this car could actually exist. This game is an accurate visual representation of the world of Batman. There wouldn't be enough time to talk about how great this game looks, so we'll just have to move on. As Batman, you have total control over your moves, abilities, and extensive arsenal. As in previous games, you can glide, perch, and punch your way around the city. Unlike other games in this series, you can take full control of the Batmobile and tear around the streets of Gotham. Although the Batmobile is a nice addition to this game, it's way easier to glide across the skies of the city. This way, you can survey everything from a bat's eye view. Also, the Batmobile feels forced upon you in certain situations. Your first tank battle against the Arkham Knight soldiers will feel fun and fresh, but by the 10th, you'll be begging for it to end. The game's controls at Batman are back to true form. It's easy to punch, jump, perch, and counter your enemies. That feeling seemed to be lost in Arkham Origins. But the feel of total control is back center stage. In addition to this, you can brilliantly team up with your allies on the fly to take down your foes with ease, style, and flair. At no time do you feel you can't control the Bat. With total game control, you unquestionably become the Batman. The sounds in video games matter more than one may think. Sounds give the player a sense of atmosphere. Vocal presence carries a story along. A stupendous musical score sets the stage for post-pounding action. All of these things and more are accomplished in the Arkham Knight. Kevin Conroy returns as Batman, Bruce Wayne, and turns in an excellent performance.
I'm not afraid, Crane.
Mark Hamill also reprises his role as the Joker, and also gives his usual awesome performance.
Never cunning. Croc, old boy, you might want to duck.
The cast, as a whole, delivers big time, which lends to the credibility of the game. The music is set perfectly to give the player the feeling of dread or action, depending on the situation. A memorable song performance by the Joker happens in the middle and rolls during the credits of this game. This song, not only catchy, but also funny and serves as an example of how stellar the soundtrack is. The sound effects are also top-notch. From shooting your zipline, to throwing a batarang, to the roar of the Batmobile, this game conveys the sound you need to believe you are Batman. Every punch can be heard. The bones crunching you hear are totally believable. The sound personnel on this game spared no expense to express to you how brutal the Bat can be. Another area in which this game delivers, and it does it big. There are numerous missions for the Dark Knight to pursue, but even so, all missions he tackles keeps him on track and focused in his main goal to rescue his city. While it's true certain missions get repetitive, such as his tank battles, there is plenty abound to keep you busy. On top of his main missions, you can perform the VR missions to brush up and develop your skills. Once you complete the game, there is a new game plus, which has become standard in Arkham games. After all of that, add side missions into the main menu, which gives you distinct and separate challenges to go for. Albeit the Batmobile racing missions are boring and tedious, they are present if someone likes them. It may take you a while to get through all the onboard content, but it will be up to the individual gamer to go back and play again. The promise of AAA titles still looms in the air ever since the Xbox One and the PS4 hit the market. While hopes have been raised, many gamers to this date have been let down. However, true to form, the Dark Knight swoops in and with a flick of his batarang saves the day. By being a current gen only game, Rocksteady has put pure heart, soul, and dedication into Arkham Knight. While the game's plot may seem predictable, it's told in an entertaining manner. All of these things keep Batman at the top of the pile that lists superheroes in games. Not only does it present itself as the best comic character game, it also delivers on its promise of being a true AAA game. You will be vengeance. You will own the night. You will be the Batman. Batman Arkham Knight gets a 9.5 out of 10.
It's done. Gotham is safe.
Thank you, Bruce, for everything.
Goodbye, Jim.
And that, my good people, was your review of Batman the Arkham Knight. Some may say it was a predictable storyline and they can guess who the Arkham Knight is, but I think it was a well-told story. Very excellent graphics. Everything about this game is awesome. Go out and get this game. It is a must-buy. That's it for me this week, guys. I hope you can be back here next week or for my next gaming review. But until then, if you can't be good, be good at it. And I'm going to see what Robin's doing. Peace.
Good sir, I do believe I've shat in my pantaloons.
There's eating, and then there's shopping. Now, while they both have